Let's give you a little bit more update about this crisis as it is unfolding. The United States has now ordered family members of its embassy staff in Ukraine to leave the country. Washington has authorized the voluntary departure of its non-essential embassy staff. Other U.S. nationals in eastern Ukraine have also been advised to leave. The U.S. says it will not be in a position to evacuate them after any possible incursion by Moscow. The U.S. has also advised its citizens against traveling to Russia.
The United States on Sunday said it was ordering the departure of eligible family members of staff from its embassy in Ukraine, and that all U.S. citizens should consider leaving due to the threat of military action from Russia. U.S. and Russian diplomats made no major breakthrough at talks last week, and Moscow has been massing troops on the border with Ukraine. The State Department said it was authorizing the, quote, voluntary departure of U.S. direct hire employees and ordered the departure of eligible family members from Embassy Kyiv due to the continued threat of Russian military action. It added that, quote, U.S. citizens in Ukraine should consider departing now using commercial or other privately available transportation options.
Let's now cut across to the United States. Our correspondent Susan Tehrani joins us from New York. Susan, coming to you now. The United States has ordered family members of its embassy staff in Kiev to leave the country. Ukraine has called this move premature to quite an extent. Tell us more about this.
Well, there had been a travel advisory against Ukraine as early as Friday, what it's called the Travel For Advisory, and even before Friday, one due to the coronavirus pandemic. But then that sort of beefed up, and there was some reports of back and forth due to a quote-unquote heightened possible Russian invasion. Now the United States is taking those precautionary measures because it's saying that it won't have the means to evacuate American citizens should Russia plan on invading. Regarding the premature aspect of it, I think what happened in Afghanistan and the debacle in Afghanistan perhaps set the tone, at least from a PR perspective, that the United States wants to take any precautionary measures. And also, what it's seeing happening right now is that it's already being asked how many American citizens are in Ukraine, and it can't really provide a number not only in Ukraine but anywhere around the world. So it's really trying to take these measures beforehand and trying to also signal to the Russians that it really means business at the end of the day. And this is a travel advisory. It is not. It hasn't started an onslaught of evacuations in earnest. So that's something to take into consideration as well.
Right. Now, Susan, reports are saying that the U.S. is weighing sending more troops to Eastern Europe. How will this action impact the already simmering tensions between Russia and the West?
So this is something that President Biden's advisors, some options that they put on the table for the president during his meetings with them at Camp David during the weekend. And these are measures, again, possible precautionary measures that the United States plans on taking, again, if and when Vladimir Putin decides to move into Ukraine. I think the United States, while intelligence here indicate that they think Vladimir Putin has not made up its mind yet on whether or not to invade Ukraine. They want to take all necessary measures and send a signal to Putin that perhaps while they prefer to take the quote-unquote diplomatic path and that negotiations will continue, that they will be ready in some capacity to defend first their NATO allies and second of all their interests in the region as well.
Susan Tehrani, thanks so much for all those inputs and thanks for joining us from New York at this hour. WION World is One is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.